Hello, and welcome to Every Day is Funny, the meditative morning show about newspaper comics. Happy 4th of July. Big ups to people of all stars and stripes. You know what I was thinking about today is a prequel for the sci-fi blockbuster Independence Day. Because we got Independence Day, the people loved it. 20 years later, we get Independence Day 2. We sweep that one under the rug as a country. But, with all these trends, there's like A Quiet Place Day 1 now. There's a lot of Day 1 stuff, right? So let's do a prequel of Independence Day. And it's called Independence Day 1. So already it's great. But this will be a combination of the signing of the Declaration of Independence mixed with The Thing. So it's the Second Continental Congress, right, in Philadelphia. And they come there to get together to sign the Declaration of Independence. And then they start dying one by one. And at first, people were dying with no explanation all the time, or they didn't have the, happenstance to know what was going on. So they just put it in the scrapbook of medical mysteries that were rapidly accumulating. But eventually they realize that it's someone's actually murdering everyone. And it's an alien taking over people's bodies. And they start to think it's the work of King George. And maybe there's an alien that, I don't know how it got there, escaped the supply containers for the Revolutionary War. That'd be cool. You got a nice battlefield scene. They're carrying cargo. You see this little black ooze slip from it and head towards Philadelphia. But no, it turns out to be one of them. They are killing each other in this moment of bringing unity. It's very interesting if you think about it. It's kind of an omen for the divisive future of America. Maybe the explanation is someone got PTSD from the war or something. And there's a lot of quill deaths. There's going to be a lot of quill deaths. Because, they're in a room. It's also kind of like 12 Angry Men-ish or something. It's a very self-contained movie. There's not a lot outside of the Congress halls. And because Hamilton was so popular, I think I'm just trying to anticipate network notes. So I'm gonna say this will also be a musical. But since Hamilton already took hip hop, and 1776 already took classic musical vibes, I think Independence Day 1 is gonna be rooted in ska. Can you imagine say this is totally accurate, trailer for the new Independence Day drops, and you're like, oh, all right, I didn't really watch the second one, but the first one was fun. And then it's a mixture of The Thing, signing the Declaration of Independence, and they're all singing ska. That would either fail miserably or be the biggest success in box office history. But anyway, Independence Day 1. Check it out, or write it, steal it. I don't care. All right, let's get to the comics. I really hope there's a lot of 4th of July themed stuff, give me some barbecues, jokes about burgers and dogs. I kind of did Nixon when I said burgers and dogs there. Let's start with Hi and Lois, because I feel like they gotta have some major 4th of July vibes today. Yeah, we see the entire Hi and Lois gang looking for fireworks. The younger son says, "When do the fireworks start?" Lois says, "It has to get dark first." The baby thinks, "Then Sunbeam won't be able to see them, even on the 4th of July." Hi and Lois is still a comic devoted to sunbeams and the baby's love of sunbeams. I don't get it. And then you do see the sun in the distance. Of all the jokes to make, you got the 4th of July. You got an entire family here. It's ripe for comedy. The older son certainly doesn't want to be there. You could joke about hanging with the family. You could even do jokes about like how it has to get dark first and whatever. You could do jokes about how they're the only family in this spot. I don't think there's a 4th of July fireworks watching spot on Earth anymore where you can be totally isolated if it's not your property. Everyone finds the secret spots. No secret is a secret for very long when it comes to firework viewing. Every nook and cranny has been scavenged. But man, this baby loves the sunbeams. Have they checked her vision recently? Because it's just constant stare downs at the sun. And the warning signs are there. Don't say we didn't warn you. This is just such a quaint, run-of-the-mill town they're in. You just see one church rising high above everything else. You see one factory building, very ambiguous. You see kind of a field where corn might be growing, and then just a home and the sun. It's so quaint. All right, let's see if Blondie has any great 4th of July content for us. Okay, we see Dagwood on his hammock, and his son and his son's friend are standing nearby. His son says, "They didn't let us buy fireworks today because we're too young." Dagwood's kind of sleeping. He goes, good. But then massive explosions abound. Then another random man comes in, I guess a neighbor. He says, "Ha ha." The son says, "Luckily, Mr. Woodley had some to light." Okay, first off, the son and his friend in the first panel look like little grown men. They have this body type, this upper body type. I don't know, they kind of look like jacked or something, unless I'm viewing this incorrectly. So that's weird. But then they got their neighbor's fireworks, said, "Hey, my dad's sleeping on the hammock." Oh, is this the guy that a few days ago Dagwood was gonna hit him with the hose? Spray cold water on him? Because I was gonna say, why would the neighbor ever agree to disrupt his neighbor's sleep in a hammock with the loudest thing imaginable, ensuring he'll hate him forever? Creating a neighborly tension that can never be amended, no matter how many pies, cakes, or anything are brought over to the house in a sign of respect and forgiveness. But this does seem to be a back and forth battle between neighbors. In which case, I would never be able to fall asleep on the hammock. I would think danger is lurking right around the corner. You're at your most vulnerable in the spot where the neighbor can see you. Whoever started this battle was an idiot. It's called being neighborly for a reason. That doesn't mean exploding fireworks in your face. All right, Rex Morgan time. Yesterday was a really big moment in the Rex Morgan universe. Parker was in the hospital dealing with the injuries from the bully. Corey talked to Parker's aunt, who said that Parker was being treated by a Dr. Morgan. Everything's finally coming together. Okay. We see 2 new men. We have removed ourselves from the hospital scene. A man says, "Ugh, who's calling me?" Then a man in a suit says, "Mr. Huff, this is Principal West calling about Randy." Mr. Huff says, "Oh geez, what's the little idiot done now?" Principal West says, "He was involved in a fight here at school that sent the other student to the hospital." Wow. We're seeing the home life of the bully. And it's classic. His house looks like very ramshackled wood, kind of low budget aesthetic. The dad is wearing a wife beater, just classic, calls him an idiot, very aggressive dad stuff, but clearly he's not very good at raising him. Just these classic stereotypes that Rex Morgan constantly exists in. What I do find interesting is did they do this today? Just pivot away when things were getting at their most interesting and coming to a point more than any time before? Are they doing this today because the principal is in a suit near an American flag and kind of looks like he'd be the president? Because it looks like they're like, well, for 4th of July, I wasn't going to do this one yet. But this kind of just gives the illusion of the president and America. And maybe we should just cut to this right when I was going to get good at the hospital, just because they had an American flag ready to go. I mean, look at this guy. He just looks like the president. That'd be so funny if the president was calling about a bully. Like, hey, I don't really think this is my purview, but someone told me to reach out. Your son's being a little asshole. You know, why does he call him little idiot on the phone with the principal? Of all the people, maybe don't say that to. He looks like he was hungover also. I don't think he's a good parent. I'm gonna go out on a massive limb here. Not a good dad. All right, let me think of what to comment. All right, other people are kind of doing the same kind of joke, so I'm gonna join in with them. Just because his name is Mr. Huff, I'm gonna say, that stupid kid, I'm gonna Mr. Huff and Puff and blow my house down. Because it's probably a house that could be taken down with a few huffs and puffs anyway. Looks like a little shack vibe. Send. All right. Time to wind down for this Thursday, July 4th. Happy Independence Day. Go off and make your burgers and dogs. And remember, every day is funny.